Gross here. YouTube.com/rockinguitarlessons1. Your one-stop shop for all styles of guitar lessons. Couple bass, couple drums, some vocals. Also rockinguitarlessons.com. This is Metallica with Bleeding Me, and this goes out to 𝐂𝐿𝐄𝐏. And let's jump in. You want to tune flat. Every string is 1 fret lower. I had the effects on that are pretty much emulating the intro. When the distortion part kicked in, I don't have my foot switch hooked up on this, so I left the effects on, but the effects do get shut off at that point as far as the phasers and all that good stuff. So there's probably a little reverb on the distortion, but anyways, let's jump in. And you're going to start with open E, and we're going to grab 5A with our third finger, slide it a whole step sharp. That takes us up to 7. And then first finger 5D, you're going to pick and do a pull off to an open. With those pull offs, make sure you put kind of a snap action to it, right? So it rolls off the tip of the finger. You want a good solid pull off. And then go to 7A. So you kind of break these into 4 subgroups. I kind of blasted through all of the variations on the intro because it does this a bunch of times, but I wanted to give you the little parts that are altered in it, little B sections and C sections. So then back to open E, 7A, open E, and then we're gonna do like a knuckle shift roll, 5-5-5 EAD, and then 7A. That's the second subgroup, so we've handled 2 of the subgroups out of 4. Actually, that might be barred. Or you might have the A and D ringing through on it. Anyways, so if we're breaking this into 4 equal parts, we've done the first one, the second one, which I just did with the bar. We're going to go back to the first one. That's going to cover the third. So the first and third are going to be the same. That one, okay? And then the fourth one is definitely altered. It goes really cool. Open E, 7A. And as soon as you pick the 7A, oops, you're going to slide it a whole step. You don't really hear the ending of the slide because the transition is so quick. But it makes sense to stop at 5 for the most part to get ready for this next part. So, oops. Middle finger 3E. Once you get that, slide it to 5, keep it ringing, and do 4A, pick the 5E, and slide the whole chord back a whole step. So, kind of like similar to the Sanitarium riff, you know, but... So that gets us through basically the 4 quarters that make up the section. Now, like I said earlier, there's some altered things going on. So you start it back over, right here. The third quarter on this, and I actually, by the way, I think it repeats everything we just did. So it goes through twice of what we just went over, and then it starts to alter it more. So where it starts to alter, it'd be here. Right there. When you do the pull off, all that's the same prior to. But now, instead of going 7A, we're going to go 5A. It's like a double D. You're pulling to the D, and you're picking the D on the A string. So, and then we'll have this. Oops. So we're going to slide up to 3E. We're basically building a power chord here. Start on fret 1, but slide it up. Leave it there, go 5A, and back to 3E, and then go 2E, 5A, I call these flatted power chords, and then back to the 2E. So, alright, so that's what I mean by the altered endings on it. Alright, so Anyways, you'll go through them again. There's another variation where we're going to throw in some octaves, and that'll sound like this. So that'll come in after the pull-off in the 5A. So it's grabbing from the previous one that we just learned. You'll hear it in the song. You can't miss that octave. So that's one of your best teachers too. When you're learning songs, is listen to the song and then try to play along with it. All right. So as far as how the octave goes, it's 5A, 7G index. You can use your pinky or third finger. It doesn't matter. Make sure you're muting the D string. And you hear me say this like a broken record, but try to mute underneath that low E as well. I'm muting everything, to be honest with you, except for the A and the G. I can strum all 6, and all we're hearing are those 2 notes because I'm actually using my index to mute the E and the B string as well. Plus my pinky's muting the B. So there's mutes all over in this sucker. A few different concepts here. I go up, down, but you can get away with doing downstrokes on all this or strums. It's up to you. If it was much faster, you'd have to do the alternate, but I'll leave it to you. Up, down, slide that octave up to 7/9. Hit the 7/9, slide it to 10/12, so it's a 1.5 step ascending slide. So we're doing a whole step, a 1.5 steps. And then probably the hardest part, because you got to jump pretty far to get it, is back to the 5/7. Strum it, slide it a whole step sharp up to 7/9. So a lot of sliding going on with these. The slide actually links all the octaves together, except when you're doing the 10/12, you don't slide back to the 5/7. But as far as ascending slides, they're all there. Okay, so then you just play that out. Now when it changes into the distortion, I'm going to go ahead and for now shut off the distortion. But the transition will come off of okay, from there into distortion. Now this reminds me of Fade to Black. I hear little touches of other Metallica songs in this. So what we're doing here is a power chord, 3-string power chord, so it's going to have the octave on it, 5/7/7 A, D, G. It's up to you if you want to use 3 fingers, if you want to bar with the 3rd, bar with the 4th, it's your call. Try to mute underneath the low E. We're going to strum it, slide up to 7/9/9. Do a quick rest after that, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So strum, slide, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move back to 5/7/7, no rest in between it, and go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again. So it's twice of that on the 5/7/7, and then to finish it, strum it, slide it up to 7/9/9, rest, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the first half of this. Let's play that. Now we're going to start it over. Everything repeats. Once again, if you break this into 4 quarters, this section, or think of it this way, of this next, of this section, you would repeat everything that you just played distortion-wise, except for the last chord is going to be different. And there'll be a little altered note at the end of it. So you'll repeat the first 3 quarters. Then go open A, and then 2nd fret D and G. I prefer to bar this stuff. You know, if you don't need to open underneath, it's better to bar it, in my opinion. It helps with barring, which is something you want to work on anyways, but it also helps with muting. If you angle this right, you can land the 2 on the D and G and start lifting this off, the pressure, to where it mutes the B and E, so you can hit all of them if you want. If you do hit all of them, you'd have to take your thumb and mute the low E as well. Okay, so Same rhythm, 1 2 1 2 3 4. Well, actually, it is a little different. 1 2 rest, 1 2 3, and then 3rd fret low E with the middle finger. So that takes you back to the beginning of the song. So let's play just the distortion. What's distortion? Distortion. You gotta have your distortion on. All right. Okay, then you're back to the intro, which I'm going to go ahead and kick on the effects. I'll find my foot switch, man, for this thing, because I do try to get the tone somewhat close, man, and that's part of the deal. But it'd be nice to have the effects on when they're supposed to and off when they're supposed to, right? So anyways, be sure to subscribe to my channel here, share, tell your buddies about it. Appreciate each and every one of you. Keep your requests coming. The list is insane, but who knows? Yours may be next. So you definitely can't get your request in if you don't, let me know. You can do that by posting it in the comments section down here, which sometimes I don't get them. If YouTube doesn't notify me, I got to stumble across them. Or you can email me, rockinguitarlessons@hotmail.com or mike@rockinguitarlessons.com, and or inbox me. I have a lot of my, several of you guys on my Facebook that you can contact me there as well. Alright, but do share them and all that stuff. And I do teach privately as well on Skype, guitar and bass, and my wife Jolene teaches vocals. I teach not only in the United States but across the world. Been doing that for 3 years. Made the transition. I've been teaching professionally since 1992, so I'm giving away my age a little bit here. I started at like 7 when I was teaching. Just kidding. I know you guys, I have kind of a sense of humor, but I gotta understand not people always get it. That didn't make sense either. But some people will be like, "Are you serious?" I'm quirky, man. If you watch me enough, you'll realize. You'll pick up on my humor. I didn't start at 7. I wasn't even playing until I was like 12. So I did start teaching young though. And anyways, point being, this is what I do. I've taught in many stores throughout Southern California, and now I am full-time on Skype. It's just I had to make a decision, and I went with the Skype decision. I can teach out of my own studio. It's just awesome. Plus, I'm teaching around the world, which is cool. I'm not restricted to a city where the music store is, where people have to drive to it. Times have changed. I'm telling you, man. So anyways, if you're interested, you can email me as well. There's several ways to contact me. When you do that, send me as much information as possible as far as things that, maybe how long you've been playing and bands you like, guitar players you like, some things you like to focus on, or if you're a beginner and you don't know and you just know you want to get better, tell me that. And we can get you set up on a set day, set time. Each week or bi-weekly, I do 30 and 60-minute sessions. They are private classes. I do offer group as well. So that's just an option that's out there. And I also offer CVT lessons. It stands for Custom Video Tablature Lessons. If you're too busy to do the Skype thing, or you just don't want to do the Skype thing, you let me know what song it is you want me to do. I handwrite the tabs, which is the music. It's real easy to read, and it's all explained and everything. Timestamp, subgroup, everything, section it off. Scan it, send it to your email. Then I record a video lesson, or lessons, depending on how many videos it is, upload it to the channel. So you got both of them, the audio and the visual. They're really cool. I have a lot of CVT students, and most of them are repeat customers. So if that's an option, hit me up. And be sure to check out the website, rockinguitarlessons.com. There's some free stuff there. And yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think. Until next time, I'm Mike Gross, doing some Metallica, Bleeding Me. See you later, guys.